Star Realtor Joshua, we've been partnering with Page Private Team, brokered by eXp. Listen, it's another episode of the Dream Builders Podcast. I have the man of the hour, Knolly Williams, at the eXp Summit here in Orlando, Florida. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing really good, Joshua. And we're here at the summit. We're having a great time. We're hanging out.
For sure.
And I've been seeing you interviewing a lot of people, man. So I'm glad to have my turn.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming and joining us today. We
It's an
appreciate
honor.
it.
And happy to be business partners as well.
Yeah. Excited. Super excited.
So my first question, how has the summit been for you so far?
The summit has been amazing. You know, the biggest thing I like, this may be one of the questions, so sorry in advance.
No, this is free flow conversation.
The thing that I like most about these is the collaboration.
For sure.
You know, what you get on stage is really, really good, but what you get off stage is like so much better.
Yeah.
In the hallways, and I call it in between the lines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm having a great time.
Yeah,
It's really
that's
nice.
awesome.
That's magic in between those
It is
songs.
magic.
For
It
sure.
is magic.
Yeah,
Like
for
what we had last night.
Yeah. Oh.
That was totally like it. Let me give you an example. So those of you, you're watching right now, I'm gonna give an example. So last night, I'm sitting in a breakout session.
Yeah.
Great breakout session. I'm learning a lot of stuff. We had the vice president. We had a lot of marketing people and different, and we
Right.
were learning a lot of great information.
Something
really,
came up
really
on
good.
that phone.
Something popped up on my phone. It was Brent Gold,
Yeah.
and I was like, it was silent, but I always scan down to check. Okay,
Yeah.
right? And he said, "Hey, I got something in my room. Bring your soldiers, your top people. It's only open to your top people." And so we got about 8 of us went up, and that was probably better than anything else that I've seen so far at this event.
Well,
Yeah.
With that little room.
We hooked up with Joshua and George.
Yeah.
We were all
Yeah.
in 3 different parts of the place, and you said
Okay.
5 minutes. And
You said like,
and
"Hey,
we didn't even know where we were
ETA,
going.
Yeah.
ETA, let's all meet." And I was like, "Look for the executive elevators," which there aren't any.
For sure, yeah.
So that's just the fun. That's
Yeah.
what makes this really, really fun.
And
There's so
for
much value.
For me, it's really special just being in a room of like-minded individuals, and
Absolutely.
we're all like searching for the same goal, and that's to help people reach their goal through real estate.
Absolutely, yeah.
And knowing that I'm in a circle, the right circle at the
Yes.
right timing, is just so awesome, man. And like I said, it's an honor just to talk to you.
Thank you.
Also, my other question would be, you're doing being very successful in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the things that you did before, right? Now you're at the eXp Summit. What are you going to do differently now?
Well, the big thing, and this is the big takeaway, I don't think a lot of people catch this takeaway.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about it later when I'm up on stage. But
But we get a preview now, though.
yeah, you got a preview of it right now. So Ed Milet, he talked. I don't know if you guys were there when.
Oh,
he was,
hell yeah.
That was so
Yeah,
good.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So good. And here's a guy worth $800 million. He doesn't have to be here, but he really gets a real kick out of helping other people succeed. You can tell from his heart, his demeanor,
Yeah.
his language, everything that he just loves to sow into other
Yeah.
people. And what I noticed, he shared a lot of stories. He had a lot of adversity. His dad was very abusive to him
Yeah.
as a kid. He had a troubled childhood and so on. But what I caught toward the end, I don't know that some people didn't catch it, but because of all the research that I've been doing recently for my new book, I caught it right away. He said, "I'm only good at 2 things." Okay, now here's a guy worth 800. Think about this for a
Yeah,
minute.
wow.
Here's a guy worth $800 million, and he's telling you all throughout. He told you what kind of car he had, what his childhood was. His whole point was, "I'm no different than you. You could be, except I got 800 million. That's the only difference. But I'm really." And he said, "I'm a goober. I'm not very smart. I'm not very bright." Didn't he keep saying that?
Yeah.
And
he had the photos to back it up.
He had
was
the
telling me a
photos to
story
back it
about
up.
the car.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, come on, really?
Yeah.
And then I saw it up there. I was
I've
like,
never
oh.
done anything. That's stupid. I mean, that's stupid.
Yeah,
right?
Velcroing
That's
your
dumb.
body to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the whole point of it was that he wanted us to see the transparency of that there's those of us that are doing really, really well financially or otherwise, there's no, we're no different than anybody else.
For sure.
But one thing he did, he said, I know that I'm really good at 2 things. I'm really good at loving people because I love people. He said, I'm really good at reading people.
Yes.
And what do you think he does with all the things that he's no good at? Think about it for a minute.
Yeah,
Right.
those people.
Yeah.
Huh?
His people.
He delegates it out.
Yeah,
He delegates it out. So here he's modeling that you don't have to be that smart in a lot of things if you know who you are.
Right.
And he knew from a very young age who it came over time really but he figured out who he was, and then from that he was at what's my superpower?
Yeah.
He figured that out,
For sure.
and then that's all he does.
That's
I mean, if you're
awesome.
worth 800 million, you're not going to do anything else, right?
That's true.
Whether he
Sure.
knew it or not, he turned the obstacles in his life into the way.
Yeah.
That's what gave him his strength.
Absolutely.
And we've all had obstacles.
Right.
You know? But
And so to put a fine point on your question of what is my biggest takeaway, I think the biggest takeaway that I have coming out of this one is that when we come to these, we always come with, okay, what new things can I add to my tool belt? What new strategies, what new tips, new scripts, new things that we can bring back to our customers and clients to help them succeed at a high level.
and that's all good.
And that's really good.
Yeah.
And we should take all those things back. However, we should also realize that we don't have to do all those things. These are things we should add to our business, and then we should find out who should be doing them.
Yeah, that's
You know,
awesome.
because I think most entrepreneurs,
I think y'all just missed that.
Yeah.
Can you say that again? I think they just missed that one. That was deep.
all the tools and tactics, and of course you can rewind too, but all the tips, tricks, and tactics that you're getting from these, I don't want people to be more overwhelmed, because really when you look at most entrepreneurs, you watching this right now, you probably have so much on your plate. You might be thinking, man, I don't even want to go to a conference and learn new things, because that means I'm going to have more stuff.
This guy's doing this, this guy's doing that, this guy's doing this, and how do
Yeah.
I do all of them? You don't.
No, you don't. And then,
Yeah.
but once you understand who you are, it becomes very self-evident which of those things you should be focusing on.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you should be delegating to other people.
For sure.
And I believe that in most entrepreneurs, 90% of what they do every day should not be on their plate.
Guilty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And so he's taking it to heart. 24 years old.
Absolutely.
Got a photography business. So now I just went out and got an editor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
2
he doesn't spend
degrees.
the time
Yeah.
doing that.
Super smart. Plays
Yeah.
college football.
So
yeah, really.
and he listens and so
Absolutely.
everything he did here, coming to this event live and seeing that these are real people.
Yep.
Knolly Williams going to come down and be on our beginning podcast.
For sure.
that we're
Yeah,
doing,
that's
absolutely.
awesome.
you know, and
Absolutely.
sharing. None
It's
of
mind-blowing.
none of these people need to be intimidating, and he understands it because
Yeah.
he's after you. Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
Yeah. And-
Oh, he's
Yeah.
running things.
You know, after, like I said, this summit really changed my mindset because it gave me structure. And, you know, being with Bradford and seeing your model and, you know, your book that's about to come out, you know,
Yeah.
working
Oh,
3
we
hours
gotta talk
a day.
about that.
3
For
hours
sure.
a day, baby.
That's
3
the
hours a
next
day. You know, when I was on that boot camp.
Yeah, you did great with that.
Yeah, you know, that boot camp taught me to delegate, and then hearing Bradford reiterate that.
Right.
And I was like, man, I usually edit 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like Amazon, baby. You gotta
Right,
get it
right,
out, right?
right,
But
And
now-
then it's 10 o'clock meeting. He's like, Brad, you know, I'm on my way. Joshua, it's 10:15.
You're doing like I did this morning. Yeah,
Well,
I know how it goes.
But yeah, but learning how to delegate, and that's you actually creating more opportunity for others,
Right.
Right, to use their
that's
skill
exactly
set.
right. That's
you know,
exactly
and
right.
that's what I'm learning as a 24-year-old business owner, and now
Yeah.
in real estate, and
Yeah.
trying to educate the people around. I
Right.
think that's the most important. It's like I'm helping the community,
Absolutely.
and I can't help the community if I'm doing it all by myself.
Right. And you can't help yourself or your family either.
That's true.
Because no one succeeds alone.
There you go.
So critical.
Yeah.
So
You
critical.
think,
Yeah.
Really
you think
good.
he's getting it?
He's getting it. Yeah.
this
he's getting it.
this summit opened my mind, and it's like, it's crazy. And you get
Yeah.
to relate with people from, I just met a 21-year-old yesterday, Anthony,
Yeah.
in Texas, right? And he got a business in music, like a music business. He
Started
got
when he was 16.
16.
Oh, my
He got a photography editing business, and he's a realtor at 21 and killing it. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I gotta step it up a little bit, you know. But it's
Well,
not comparing, but it's
yeah.
seeing
Yeah,
that.
you don't need
You're
to
seeing
be
what's
anybody
possible.
else.
You're
so
seeing
you know
what's
what you can
possible.
do.
Seeing what's
Yeah.
possible.
And like
what's
seeing
possible.
like, hey, there's people. Even today, I was at a meeting with the young professionals
Yeah.
of eXp today,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we was at the Smooth Jazz. I think I said that right.
Okay.
And we were just networking and talking to people. You know, you got people 19
Yeah.
coming into
And-
eXp.
And waking up for a meeting be at 7:30 in the morning.
There you go,
Yeah.
because
How many
they want to change their
19-year-olds
future.
are doing that in this
That's
world?
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that, because I do want to reiterate that, you know, I became an entrepreneur at 12 years old. And so you do have to hustle and grind at the beginning. You have to, because when you're first, now one of the things that Bradford and I are working with you on is cutting a 7 to 9 year learning curve off of the trajectory of your success.
Yeah.
So we're
time.
shrinking time. This is magic we're doing.
Or it could be like with me, a 40-year learning curve.
Yeah.
So never too late to start.
So you don't have to be 35 or 40 to get these concepts because you're getting them now.
Yeah.
And so that by the time you're our age, we can say it that way now, you're so far ahead of the trajectory of where we are now because we really didn't have the kind of mentors that you have access to. I can guarantee you, when I look at the people in that room, at 24 years old, I did not have a room full of people like that.
For sure.
Without a doubt. So that room probably has sold hundreds of thousands of homes, and they have so many businesses. It's just crazy. Yeah. And so, and it's not just about that. It's just the fact that their hearts are all toward paying it forward and giving back. How many people did you hear talk about how they're opening up their training and helping other people succeed, even if they're not part of their organization?
Well, I posted a picture this morning because I was reading the room while it was going on.
Sure.
You're in it. He's in it. Tom Trong was in it. And Tom, I'm just reading the emotion on people's faces.
Sure.
Going, this stuff is not.
No, it's not.
This isn't smoke and mirrors. This stuff is
real.
It's the real deal.
At all. Tom came to this country on a boat. He had to. His family barely made it. A lot of the boats that came over didn't make it.
Wow.
And from his country, and so he knows what it's like to be in a new place, trying to learn a language, trying to get a degree, and
appreciates every bit of it.
And he appreciates every bit of it. Yeah. And this is like no one in their family could ever even imagine that something like what he is living is even possible or exists in the world.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have access to even the information that is possible.
Well, before we forget, so you mentioned your book earlier.
Yeah.
So
the culmination of it, like I say, at the beginning, hard work is necessary, but you don't have to work as hard as you think. Okay, so you can work smarter, not harder. The book is called 3 Hours a Day. It's on McGraw-Hill, and it really is how entrepreneurs can multiply their income by living more and working less. Yeah. That's what it's about. It's 3 hours a day. And the reason I wrote it is because I see a lot, I coach and teach and train entrepreneurs every single day, real estate agents, authors, trainers, coaches, even chiropractors. It doesn't matter what business they have. I see them working harder than they have to. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the things I want to bring to the younger generation like you, is that, there's a way to do it that I see out there. But see, most people will tell you, man, all you got to do is get up, you be the first one there, get the earliest one to get up and the last one to go to sleep. There's truth to that to a degree. There is truth to that, but that's a burnout. Okay, that only lasts for so many years. At some point, you got to become much smarter about how you operate your business. And the reason why they're doing that is because they've never let go. I'm going to say it. They never get let go of the employee mindset. The employee mindset is the more hours I work, the more money I'll make. Because I work by the hour. And that is not the mindset of a CEO, an owner, a founder.
That's true.
It just isn't. And so the truth of it is the more successful you become, the less you should have to personally put in your time.
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah,
wow.
That's the truth.
That's truth.
And a lot of people don't want to tell you that.
And thinking about it, you don't see the Amazon CEO delivering boxes.
Right.
No, the CEO of DoorDash not doing DoorDash.
Right.
But he actually provides opportunity for people.
Absolutely.
And that's how he made his business.
Absolutely. So one of the things you'll see is they start to diversify and do other things.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. They start playing in other sandboxes.
That's awesome.
Is that book available now, or?
The book 3 Hours a Day is available in July. Okay, so depending on when this comes out, this actually might be 2050 when people are watching this. I don't know.
That's coming out.
It's
gonna come out soon. Don't worry about it.
It'll be out Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, it'll be out in 2023, July 25
of
2023. And no matter when you're watching it, the book is what we call evergreen. So the principles will work, as long as there's human beings on the planet, the principles are solid.
For sure.
For business owners.
For sure. That's awesome. Well, I don't want to cut it short, guys, but we have to. Listen, thank you so much, Knolly, for coming out. And remember that the Dream Builders Podcast, our mission is to help buyers, sellers, agents connect with the resources and knowledge to achieve their real estate goals. This is sponsored by Pace Properties Team, the Dream ENT, Real Estate for a Reason, and Make Real Estate Fun Again. Y'all be blessed, and I catch you on the next episode.
All right. Yo.